Welcome back to One Man and 5 Acres. I'm Trent. Well, today we're just going to fix a couple of hoses, do a little bit of tilling on the garden, and move some water around with the sprinkler system and stuff, and get that all done, and try to get the corn going. The corn started growing a little bit, but they need watered. Today it's been very hot. For us here in Ohio, it was 91 today. That's pretty hot for us at this time of the year, and we're still kind of coming out of winter, and well, we've got our winter coats on, let's put it that way. So it's hot for us, and we have some humidity with it, so it's even hotter. So anyhow, come along, let's see what we can get into. Alright, we're going to fix this hose today. I hit it with the lawnmower last year on accident, and yeah, kind of beat it up some. So we're going to cut about that much off of it and put a new end on it, and show you how to do a hose repair instead of buying a whole hose. These things are, I just bought another hose because I needed extra length, and the other one was 40 bucks for a 100-footer. The exact kind this is here, I found it, is 65 bucks. We're going to repair it. So let's do that. So looks like it's damaged. Looks like it's damaged all the way to here. I'm hoping you guys can see that. So we're gonna cut it off right there and install a new fitting on it. That's some tough line. There we go. These things here are getting hard to find. They just are. They were almost out of them at Rural King. So, and then there was a splitter that I was looking for, and they were completely out of them at Rural King. So I had to find them at a bunch of Tractor Supply, and they actually had one, which is a good thing, because I didn't Didn't know where else to go to look. I know a lot of the hardware stores are out of them too. So, anyway. Even though the sun's went down, it's hot. We're going to loosen this up, just like so. Pull that apart. Go ahead and stick this on the hose. I mean, this is an easy repair, but I know some people have never done this, so. And you just shove that in there, and it's got these bars, little bars are all the way around it, and it keeps it from pulling back out. And then when you loosen this up and spread it, I mean, it's very simple to do. It's a lot cheaper than buying a whole hose. Just got to get it wide enough to go over top of it without it coming apart on me. I mean, if it does, it's not a big deal. It's just prefer it not to. And it did anyway. It's all right. Well, it's not gonna be relentless, I see. May have to get another pair of tool, or might have to get a pair of pliers to kind of press it back together. It's never a good thing to drop a screw in the grass, that's for sure. All right, with some gentle searching, I found the screw. So, got it started. Didn't have to get anything to get it. I just was able to get it back to go ahead and go together. But just tighten it up. And it's supposed to go together, but it's not. But I don't think it's going to leak. It's pretty darn tight. Yeah. We'll see if she leaks. All right, we loaded up all the hose in here in this bucket, and we got the new one there, and then there's a fitting here that I bought today right here to split everything off from one garden to the other. And then I got another big tall sprayer right there, so I can try to get all of the garden in one shot. Right now we've been kind of missing some of the garden, so we're going to remedy that today. Alright, back in the nice cool air of the tractor. Gotta love that. The other sprayer. So the other sprayer's right there. This grass that's growing right through here, you see, we're going to take care of that. I don't think I'm gonna get it all tilled up today, but we're definitely gonna get it tilled out of there tomorrow. The areas like right here where there's nothing growing, those are all green beans right there. There's seeds in the ground. So there's 2 rows per row. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 rows there. And they go all the way down there. That's going to be a lot of green beans. And we do a lot of green beans. We eat a lot of them. And we're going to can a lot of them. So, and then earlier I had I was always fighting to get the potatoes in the ground. Couldn't get the potatoes in the ground. Well, let me tell you, I got them in the ground, and we're going to show you what they look like here in just 1 second. I'm going to jump out of the tractor, out of this nice air conditioner, and I'm going to show you what they look like. You'd be surprised just within 3 weeks of what they look like. All right, so I've got right here, we planted some cabbage. This is purple cabbage. There was another one right there, but I think it died. I think it quit growing. But that's all right. I got another one right there, and then I got regular cabbage all the way up there. And then we have I have about 26 tomato plants in these 2 rows here, and then we got more over there and up there. I think I got a total of 36, I think it is 36, and we got 18 bell pepper plants, red, yellow, green, purple, all different colors. But what gets me is these are my potatoes, and we've put those in there, and we didn't get to it very fast, but all that row going all the way up through there, yep, those are all potatoes in 3 weeks. Those are all the potatoes that I pulled out of the ground last year, pulled them out of my pantry / root cellar out of my basement, and we dried them up and planted them. And look at that. They're growing extraordinarily well. And then I got this row here. Now this row here, it's not doing too well. These potatoes I bought because I thought I was going to need extra. Turns out that I had plenty of seed potatoes. I could have went ahead and did a whole nother row. But I only did one whole row here. This row here, I did this whole row here last year with potatoes, and this row here, and then I only did potatoes from here to, I don't know, right about there, and I got about 350, 370 pounds of potatoes just out of 1 row and a half. And this year I did a total of 3 rows. So we're after some, after a pretty good crop this year. I haven't done it yet, but this weekend we're going to till down beside them, and then we're going to rebury everything to where they're barely sticking up out of the ground, and that'll promote more potato growth. And we'll probably do that total of three or 4 times this year, and it'll be a big old mound, and we'll get a pretty good crop out of this. So I may add that this ground has been treated. I use urea pellets, which is nothing but straight nitrogen. So the whole garden has got nitrogen in it. We put all these pellets down in there, and it's just nitrogen. And then I have chickens, and we use the manure from the chickens, and we put on this as well. And so it's getting a lot of nitrogen. I've never burned it out by putting too much. But as you can tell, it's growing. And those tomato plants right here, that's about it's almost a foot tall. And we just planted those last week. So they're cruising pretty good. So anyhow, let's get this hose fixed so we can get this up and get this garden watered down here on this one end. I can't get anything on there. I have a bunch of seed in this in here right now. There's cucumbers in there, watermelons and stuff like that in there. We got some more planting to do. I want to try to keep the soil kind of wet, or not wet, but dry right now. We'll get everything in by the end of this weekend. Today's Thursday night. Where are we at? Yeah, we're in June. Jeez, the time is flying. This is June 2nd. So it's Thursday, June 2nd. And so we're going to get this all done up here. And then this weekend, we'll water it down overnight, soak it down good, let it sit through the heat of the day. And then we'll turn it on again, water it down again at night, and to try to speed that up and get those seeds germinating as soon and as fast as possible. So with the weather that we're going to have, we're going to be in the high 80s, low 90s, watering them down at night, and then through the day, that'll spark those seeds right up. All right, what I did is I took out here, that water sprayer was right out there, and I moved it down here to the end. I'll show you where I put it. Right there, and put it right in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I run the hose over here down here, and I got this splitter here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the splitter, we're going to hook it into the end of that hose, and then it's going to go into this hose right here off of this one here. I'm going to plug that in there to here, and it's going to screw on here. And that way I can turn one off, one garden, and I can turn on the other one for this garden here. This is a 100-foot hose going over to there. This hose here is another 100-foot, and then there's another 100-foot. So there's a total of, and I'm gonna have another 100-foot on there. So I'm gonna have 400 feet of hose running all this stuff. I had it pretty much running everything on this garden last year. Ran fine. I've got a deep well, and I also, when we had the house built, we put a bigger pump on the well, so I was able to, have more pressure and a better pump. So I always think ahead. So when we had the house built, I mean, we lumped it all into a loan, and we went with a instead of a home size type pump going into my well, I got more of a commercial grade pump going into my well. Flows a lot of pressure. So, and then I have a pressure tank of as well, which only lets me do so much, but the pump itself has quite a bit of flow. So no worries there, I hope. So anyhow, we're gonna hook this up, and I'll show you once I get this all hooked up how it's gonna work. All right, so I got the splitter installed. I turned this side here, the black line, on because I need to water this part of the garden. This one here is plugged into here. I didn't need 100 foot, but I know when I go to move things around, I'm gonna need it. So I got that hooked up to that tripod sprayer. It's a little bit bigger than the other one, which I got it knowing that, so I could use it on the bigger garden. But for now, it'll do its job over here. This is about a 50 by 50, 60 by 60 square, somewhere in there. So that's about how big this area is right here. So what we're going to do, we're running out of daylight. We're going to go ahead and get this thing here fired off and make sure it's adjusted properly. Hopefully it is, and I don't have to mess with it. So, and if I get wet, it'll feel good anyway because it's very humid out tonight. So let's see how this goes. All right, we got her running. It's coming all the way here. Yeah, it's doing exactly what I need it to do. May want to adjust it just a little bit down there. Yep, it's getting everything I needed to get. All right. Well, that's my irrigation installed. It's working pretty good. Looks good. Got good pressure. It's almost hitting me. Well, we'll let that go through the night. I'll turn her off in the morning. Anyhow, if you like these videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, share them with your friends, and leave me a comment. I'd like to hear from you. You all have a good one. We'll see you.